Hello and welcome to Crimson Moon. We're going to continue reading Decoration Disorder and Disconnection, the fan visual novel for Kinoko Nasu's light novel series. Alright, last time uh, our main character was about to meet his current employer, so let's see how that first meeting went about. Shikura is a town of extremities. It looks like a middle-sized city near the railroad station, but the office buildings are only built near the town center, surrounded by forest and fields. Walking from the station to the direction of a residential array on Shikura Hill, I passed the border of a residential area, fields and parks showing before me as far as the eye can see. And so, this prosaic city, forests growing here and there, and in one of those forests lives the kid owner of the hand prosthesis. They're going as far as I could on the bus. I got off and went into the forest, too big to be a private property. There were street lights in it, marking the road. Soon I arrived to the place I sought for. Building resembling a huge die. On a clearing stands a cube of a building, size about 10 meters in 3 dimensions. Yamada, fake name, probably, told me the reservoir is filled with water. The steel door wasn't locked. Inside it is a dark sunlight. Was a dark stairway, lighted by sunlight, towards the basement. Unusually deep, creepy, and it's not even warty. I'm more or less able to see though. Dragons live here. I fell with a chill. My ability to discern unknown dead is the unknown and dead is a common human trait. I already agreed for a personal meeting though. Promiscuity in actions is very much like Ishizue Arika, but I made a promise and I have to keep it. Can't change it with fear alone. I go downstairs and the door closes. By itself. I go down the pitch black corridor, walk quickly to a door, and blindly search for an object resembling a handle. Classic door opens with a screech. At the same moment, I look up. For the first time in my life, I feel what they call fate. Yeah, I don't have the right to make jokes about Doolittle anymore. This room was ancient, like a dark, uninhabited room, taken alone from a medieval castle. The floor is laid out in a chessboard style. Brick walls, expensive furniture. The corner of a room has some stuff stacked. Nothing like electric lamps. The ceiling is made of glass, in the manner of an aquarium. The sun lights the underground room, weaving the rains in water. Hello, are you Ishizue Arika? From the direction of a bed with a canopy in the middle of the room, I hear a voice. I get chills all over my back. I almost forgot who I am for a second there, but getting a hold of myself, I get closer to the bed. Wanted to see clearly who is the owner of this outwardly beautiful voice. Oh, can you stop there, please? Wow, really, single-handed, just as I was told. A meter from the bed, I'm stopped. And the veil dropped from a canopy, a figure in bed, a figure. Whoa, what a cutie, what's that? Who's that? How's that? Do people like that even exist? I met and saw a lot of charming ladies, but never such breathtaking beauty. So fantasy happens in the real world too. Hey, you are Ishizue Arika-san, right? The black-haired girl looks at me, troubled. My mind is melting, and so deep in the feathered bear, there's a girl about 14 years old. Rare light green eyes, absolutely black hair, pajamas, when you never get to wear, giving an idea of a very expensive doll. Abnormally small body gives off an excess likelihood of that of a doll. What the? That point my raging mind freezes. It's not a small body, it's a lacking body. No, completely not. This beautiful doll doesn't have limbs at all. Finally understand why I'm going to be an attendant, and to say she can't even move, let aside harm anyone. Perfection, it completely threw me off balance. Who can even think of taking a creature like that outside? The girl and this room are complete. A girl without limbs. Forest people don't walk in. Basement under an aquarium. Ideally separated world, in a good sense. It's wonderful. Now I understand. I had to do it like that too. Ishizue-san, alright, the prosthesis first, right? Can you wait a bit, please? My mood got worse somehow. It was on the table just now. The girl alone can at most raise her head a bit. Unwillingly I look around. Under the sofa there's a Doberman-like dog with a worried look. And when I entered, it kept sleeping, uninterested. The room suddenly got darker. Raising my head up, I see a fish like a shark covering the sun. I don't know where to start giving it a thought. The ceiling is glass, right? And there's a 10-meter layer of water there. Water is very transparent. Can fish actually live there? And why a shark actually? Well, just so you know, this looks like the appropriate hand prosthesis. It's sleeping at the moment. We can have a deal like that. The black-haired girl with a sad look averts her eyes. Nah, I'll do it. I just have to take care of you, right? You don't need the details? Nah, I take it. Job's easy. I'm still scared, to be honest. Dogs, sharks. This room is wrong, but the girl's beauty includes that fear for sure. I understand. You might have thought like he's scary, but thank you, Ishizue-san. You probably know it already, but my name's Karyo Kaye. Glad to meet you. I hope our friendship will last long. For the third time already, I get the chills on my back. The girl trustingly and brightly smiled, giving me a formal greeting. Too bad I can shake her hand. Wait just 1 second, is it me or did I hear he? Wait a second, you are a guy? Shenanigans. Well, I didn't think that for a 14 years old girl, her upper part is not to develop. Damn it! Develop, that thing indeed is... it's not good, Ishizue-san, to become an attendant with dirty thoughts. That black devil smiles innocently. His face, whatever you say, was so incredibly charming. By the way, what's that Chinese dress? Are you using it as pajamas? I'm throwing a protest with a judging look, like, isn't it a waste? My robe just resembles one. Sick is for comfort. By the way, if I wear anything once, I don't wear it the second time. I walk back from the bed. I walk around the sofa and the black dog while keeping some decent distance and drop my bottom on the floor. Karyokaye is like a swallowtail, giving off the poison while looking innocent. And if I was any closer than I am now, I would get a little dose of it. For things like that, you need to grow resistance and get used to it with time. My casualty changed a lot. My casualty changed a lot. All the day, I basically spent it in Kaya's basement room, coming back home just to sleep. One time I got so lazy that I didn't feel like walking home, so I asked her if I can spend the night there. It's dangerous at night. You can't. And wasn't that what you said? It's impossible to spend a whole day in a room like that. Do you need to get some fresh air, at least at night? So I wasn't allowed to stay. The job is boringly easy. Food-related stuff, sometimes walk around the room on prostheses, talk with no real topic. Wiping the body is the only thing of concern, and care about the lower part. If you saw Sam give me that leg prosthesis, it was the side like that. He toddles to the bathroom on his own. The empty days kept coming and going. A month passed like nothing. Seeing my first salary, I got worried if I should actually take this much. Job is supposed to be hard, and if it's so fun, I become afraid of some ancient misfortunes and get nervous. Well, I can definitely relate to that. Balance started crumbling. I noticed it myself. Careless lonesomeness in my room. It began invoking gloom. Small but beloved home. Now it didn't seem so wonderful. My ideal became like that. If you don't want anyone to disturb you, stay in that underground room. For the time I found out about it, this apartment became nothing more than a place to stay the night. When a ruthless darkness appears on a ball in a palace, its own life begins to feel empty. Switch on the TV and lie on the bed in a stream of uninteresting news, remembering today's underground room. If you suicide, you are not living up to the meaning of your surname, Stone Staff. That pisses me off. Who does he think he is? I think sometimes seriously hating that spoiled boy. Well, of course, care about him in words and works. He doesn't even care what I'll think. I thought you are more cruel. What? You are kind. You care about me, even though I'm defective. I feel human. That's how you are. So he likes cold attitudes. Damn masochist. But I see the power I don't have in But I see the power I don't have in how Kaye doesn't care if he's treated like a thing, how he acts decently without getting stuck on on the words of others. And why would you try being next to someone you didn't become, next to someone you are in awe with? You're probably waiting for a crumb to be spared for you, nothing new. Damn, it's like the tightrope walking. It's like tightrope walking. When balance is lost, you need to fix it in cold blood. If you're jerked to the wrong side, you fall. It's alright, I'll carefully return to my place, but the feelings that I want to keep taking care of him for as long as I can, and that basement room I can get off my mind. Both are just a temporary poisoning. Same as with a balancer, 1 month will pass and the fever should cool down. Well, that hopeful foresight was naive. Complicating the illness, fever didn't cool down, it kept heating up. It's unpleasant to admit, but this is life. Once fortune turns away from you, it keeps going against you again and again. Ah yes, Ishizue-san, your house is in the north part of Shikura, right? Yes, why? You want to go shopping? I want to see with my own two eyes if you reach it. Ishizue-san, did you know a world of rock and roll has condescended to this hall? Apparently in a nice mood, Kaya put on prostheses of legs and left hands today. Probably that's why for the first time I saw his theatrical gestures. What's rock and roll? A fossil? Close a comic book. He said he'll buy some books to kill time, so I bought him some comic books as well. Kaye doesn't read at all, so those books are permanently borrowed by me. I'm making plans to pursue him into buying Sengokushi, but that's a secret. Hey, why are you bringing up faucets now? That's a physical form of an object, which looks like a stone. Wait, Ishizue-san, do you not listen to music? No, when I play by myself, it's alright, but I don't like listening to others' music. So you don't know about rock and roll either. So anyway, youngsters from Shikura North say that you can get some drugs unavailable in pharmacies for a decent price. What? Suddenly, well, it doesn't matter though. The underground devil continues. But yeah, it's not that cool. Black marketeer is doing his best. Youngsters under 20 keep on raving. Dealers don't just sell drugs, they are extorting ones that fail to pay the price. Give them a showy lesson, they know their stuff. Looks like the guys that owe a lot are getting in car accidents. When it's a hit and run, you can catch them. One detective I know complained to me about that. Doesn't concern me at all, but that story resembles the book I've just read. Listen, I don't know. Is this going to end once they know that the business is just a cover? I wanted to dream there. Get Tria Solam, have it decent and dealt with. And you won't have too many permanent clients either, right? If you try to distribute it too much, you'll get caught. That's no fun. Yeah, but the problem is he isn't getting caught. Black marketers, of course, don't show up themselves, but all his cases are imitations. Okay, the black marketeer, of course, doesn't show up himself, but all his cases are imitations. He's learning from the long-lasting and successful ending small dealers' cases from their cases and imitates them, so inspectors can make out the criminal's image. A weird topic. Actually, who will know imitational crimes better than me? Even still, if the criminal doesn't leave someone's image, you can see his true face. His discerning feature is, no matter how laughable it is, the lack of a face. Strange criminals. What are they trying to achieve by imitating? Who knows? Well, not taking anyone's place at least. That's the deal anyway. I thought you knew something, Ishizue-san. Your character is the one that easily catches on topics like that. Come on, do you think any black marketeer will come close to that building? Oh. Okay, you got it. I live in a building 13, the one that mothers scare their capricious children with. famous with high danger and poverty levels. Well, I surprisingly like the topic though. Hmm, having fun, is she suicide? You know something after all. Nope, I honestly don't, but just now you were worried about me, right? That was like a warning. Don't get caught up in it. Kaye didn't move an eyebrow. Why? I'm interested in criminal copycats. What happened to you is none of my concern. The black dog barked. Nevertheless, the days were busy. 5 months passed from then since I got discharged from that clinic. Maybe this year will end in a favorable winds as well. I'm thinking optimistically on the way home. The guy in the basement was, as usual, indifferent to my fate, and lately I'm thinking that it's alright. If it gets too hard to bear, I'll make him obey with power. Oh, hi, Arika-chan. Nijima-chan was waiting for me near the door. Ding! I reacted in my head. The lately rela- the late the later relaxed his radar. Something happened? Someone was in your room until recently. You don't come back until 7, right? I thought it strange. I went to look and some strange boy came out of it. He said he knows you from the clinic and that I shouldn't worry and went his way. What? That's it? Nothing else happened? I'm telling you no, but it's the first time I saw anyone come for you, Arika-chan. Of course, I didn't say I got discharged to any of my acquaintances. I thank Nikijima-chan and go in. Shit, what's that for? Why? I don't get it. The room was a fine example of an apartment after a search. Bed and TV are untouched, so I sit on the bed and think who it might have been. Can't think of anyone, of course. Well, I can think of someone. I decide to change the door lock first thing in the morning tomorrow. You don't get why? That's something I keep on hearing today. Next day, 2 p.m. The door stuff talks sometimes, so I came late for work. The dorm stuff talks sometimes, so I came late for work. You won't get satisfied from just juice. I got an apple for Kaye and eat some grape myself. Single-handedly, apple cutting is a trick I learned especially for Kaye. Listen, I'm serious. Yesterday I came home and it was all turned upside down. I didn't do anything at all that will make me any enemies after discharge. I'm consulting with him. What could that mean? Kaye opened his mouth, carefully feed him apple slices. The left hand prosthesis lays on the table, but looks like he doesn't feel like wearing it today. Maybe just a burglar? Nothing was stolen. I prefer to carry my paybook with me, and I carry all my money with me as well. If anyone sees my profit, I'm done for. Well, there's no meaning to think about that. I guess you don't remember what happened that day, and you don't know what you did yesterday, right? Well, something like that. But hey, did I really say that to Kaye? Thanks, you can clean up now. Take the tray and go to the sink. There's no kitchen in this room. I have to wash dishes in the toilet room. Water reservoirs is cubic and this room is too. Square walls have different doors in them. Near the one leading to the forest is the toilet without a door. All doors except the south one are mysterious and locked. Oh, why are there 2 cups in the sink? Why do I need to ask why? Today before I came, he had a guest. Hey, did anyone come? I shout, washing the fruit knife and plate. What? But you introduced me to him yourself. He said he needs help and wants, no matter what, to ask me something. I shut off the water, drop the fruit knife in my pocket, and act as natural as I can, return to the room. What was he like, so that I can remember him? A bit younger than you. His name was Hisaori Shinja. Hisaori Shinja. You know him. Of course I do. How can I not? But why him? Was he discharged already? He suddenly as usual, and what were we talking about? Well, the hot topic. He wants revenge against his sister. You know how he was cooked. I hear about it. Hisaori Shinja, high schooler, left parents to die and tried to kill his sister. Well, all that was 3 years ago. He should be in a clinic now. But if he managed to leave the clinic, then he probably got his eye teeth, and he won't think about revenge. His eye teeth. Weird way to say that. And what did you do, Kaye? Whatever I said, my words didn't reach him at all. You know it, right? The rumor people made up. You want to kill a possessed, ask a demon from the forest. That's about me. Hisaori-san sadly took it seriously. The fish is running about above the ceiling. Black dog snuffles loudly. It's the first time I hear about a rumor like that. Yeah, if it's that guy, he might take a rumor like that seriously. I see, so Shinja's older sister is possessed. He decided to carry out revenge for sure. What did you suggest? To dig a hole for someone more carefully. Nothing more. Hisaori Shinja has both legs and arms. Can't even offer a hand prosthesis. I asked him how he wants to have his revenge. He replied that he wants to kill, of course. Bark, bark. Black dog never once coming close to me. It rubs against my leg. Good grief. At what time did he came? About an hour before you came. We know each other. Can't leave such a dangerous guy alone. I'm sorry, but is it okay if I leave early today? I have to catch Hisaori Shinja. But will it be alright if it comes to a fight? I can do much with one hand. Okay. Wait. You can take the prosthesis from the table. As you don't have your own feelings yet, you can only use this one. I don't get it. Prosthesis for the left arm? The one at the table? Take it. Don't be shy. You wanted a hand prosthesis from the very beginning, didn't you? Ah, yes, okay, I'll take it. Then, why will I need it though? Can refuse after those words from him. Taking the white left hand that I don't even want to touch. That won't even fit me. I leave the basement room. I knew where to search, to say it straight. If nothing changed in 3 years, Hisaori Shinja's house is a land tenure in Nosu. Returning to the station, I take a bus to Nosu. For the first time since my discharge, I go there, and I don't feel like showing myself too much. In the bus, I decide to put on the prosthesis lent by Kaye. It's made to match him perfectly. Try not to think about it, but I know this prosthesis is wonderful. No tricks. I just had to put the white artificial arm close to me for it to grow in perfectly. It's not moving, of course. The wonderful part in it is that Kaye can move it like a god. Seriously, what's the trick? I mumble as the bus keeps going. Soon I arrive to Nosu. The day is close to dusk, and one of the Shikura city's horrors, illusionary high-rise buildings, jerk with the red lights. Isaori Building 3, Room 303. No nameplate, looks like no new family went in. An apartment left after a possess. Who's gonna use it? Opening the door, I enter. I don't want him to run away, so I squeeze in without ringing the bell on the door, but inside was completely empty. Houses in Nasu are 3 LDK, so it was a bit tight there, but it was just about the right size for a mother, a father, and a sister and a brother to live together. The sun sets. Look at the balcony from the empty living room. Is that so? If he's not in here, I don't know how to find him. I didn't want to, but I'll have to when I go back to call the clinic and ask the staff about his discharge. The moment was so perfect, it's like it was asked for. It was 10th hour in the evening. I came back from Nasu and was in front of building 13. The back of my head was suddenly hit with a blunt object. I see sparks in my eyes. I didn't lose consciousness, but I almost fell face down. Without any time to collect myself, I get kicked in my back and fall to the ground. Hey, you are Ishisue Arika. Someone grabs my head and drags me into the darkness. What the hell? Residential home is the residential home in front of me. Isn't anyone coming to help? What is that the guy? What the fuck? He's weaker than us. He's the one chasing us to the corner? More sparks. I think my head was kicked from the side. Can't deal with the situation anymore. More than 3, but less than 6 kids pushed me to a big tree. Hey, you are alive. You are alive, right? Well, I don't care though. Takun, can I hit him too? Why not? See, he's not bleeding. Just don't hit his face. If you hit it too strong, he's gonna kick the bucket. They laugh. Damn, I get a loud hit to the back of my head. She probably hit me with a swing, like playing golf. Are you stupid or what? The back of the head is a vital. Juck, blood, stop it. He's gonna kick in like that. So what if he dies? He's useless anyway. Ah, right, he's possessed. He's fine without a head too. And the lynching begins. My hands bent. I turn into a sandbag that's also verbally abused. From all the incoming hits, I start getting interruptions in my consciousness. I don't see their faces anymore. I don't understand the words. My left hand, the prosthesis moves. Blood richly follows into it. What, Takun? What's with your hand? They start yelling right after the question. Oh, come on, what's with that infamy? Right in front of my eyes. A residential house, and no one came out to help. Anger, resentment about some weakling counter-striking, attacking with a crowd. It's breached with an overwhelming difference in power, creating defiance, abuse, groans and grinding teeth. No, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Pleats of the last woman around my age caused me to burst in laughter. I admit I don't really like using brute force, but sadism after masochism is very, very nice. Haha! Haha! Ha! I barely contain my laughter. 5 youngsters or 6 lie on the ground. They are sucking blood, but they are fine. Oh, damn, but they are still alive? A slight regret. What's that? Started a new life at last. I wanted to live as a normal human. It wasn't long before I crossed the border of allowed self-defense. Haha! Should be more careful here, or they'll take me back to the clinic. But it was fun, so fun I can't do anything about it. Yes, yes, to put a human in this mental state to a clinic is a crime, and they are the ones responsible too. Hey, Takun, want an ambulance? No? Weird guy. You are wishing something. Can't understand ya. If you leave them like that, you two are probably going to die, if someone's going to pass by, but someone's going to pass by soon anyway. The frivolity that made them attack on the roadside became a straw that would save those tacoons. That's great. If even one of you died and this whole thing made it to the public, I will have to lie low. And like that, we both are lucky. Ha! Ha! What a shame. I can't control my face expressions because of the excess happiness. Well, what am I standing here for? I better go home. Okay, that was a real Tonoshiki moment if I've ever seen one. Hi, hi, I'm home, I'm back. Even though I got into some trouble on the way here, I made it alright from Nasu. I take off the dirtied clothes, switch on the TV and fall on the bed. The news stream makes me refuse to believe my ears. What? I jump and look at the screen. It wasn't my imagination. Perpetually announcing news from another world. The speaker's names, familiar places and names. Today at around 6 o'clock in the industrial area of Nasu, in Shikura City, in a residential area, a body of a young man was found, identified as Hisaori Shinja, 19 years old, living in said place. By the words of the witnesses and Hisaori's notes, accused with his death is being seen there at the time of... What the hell? My mind gets empty this time. Come back to my senses from the border of consciousness. Why is it me who killed him? The name of the ones accused of killing Hisaori Shinja was none other but my own. But that's impossible. We were busy beating up 5 people to death somewhere else, so we can't be the killer. Whatever I did, nothing worked out. Nothing works well. An ideal girl, though, judging by my grades. Role model student, if you look at it that way. Everyone around me was so scared of me, they wished me dead. I know why. Because whatever I finished doing, what I finished was different from other kids. From a casual walk to a corner store to talk with parents, from school stuff to healthcare. Couldn't stop it, things didn't seem to work out the best I could think of. And every time my parents were disappointed in me, but I succeeded and they were saying, well done, that's how everything ended. Restoration, of course, was successful and failed. Getting results in my own way, I made many suffer at the same time. No one blames me because pros are overrated. Sometimes this relation is going to turn around. They didn't know any other ways. My dad was scolding me. Don't do anything. I was completely weird. My mother admitted that I'm a pain in the ass. I couldn't correct myself. Desperate, I was depressed and couldn't even go out. Even the way I was holding the spoon was scary. But once my mother taught me, if I'm afraid of my actions, I should just completely copy someone else's. And I'll do just fine. We keep hearing about someone imitating people. And so in the end, I didn't know how to stop myself. Hans L. Okay, back to the clinic. Ishisue Arika-san, my congratulations. Investigation showed you are latent. Your healing course is now of an agonist syndrome carrier. As an agonist syndrome carrier is over. It was nice making your acquaintance for the past half a year. Half a year after entering a clinic, July 2003. Egg, pulse, ABP, and also the cerebral membrane of my inner nerves and other insights of mine were rated and accounted. My innocence proven. And only Mato-san, glaring at me from the other side of the glass door, was unhappy. Thank you very much. Can I now get discharged with my conscience clear? No, Ishisue-san. You were wounded by a syndrome carrier. We're going on to the next procedures. We will be examining you just like before. We'll transfer you to a normal chamber. Looks like not possessed discharge then doesn't work here. Evil Tomato notes in satisfaction. I was bearing with it for so long. I'm good at that. But Mato-san is even better at pressuring, and that's the crossing line. What kind of human is she, tormenting me like that? Dr. Matoship told you the details. Well, here's your new schedule. Your case, Ishisue-san, is new for us, and we want to deal with the procedures, especially carefully. Warsaw A's personnel consists of a decent amount of real doctors. This one, quite friendly, put some documents resembling a contract in front of me. Sign right here. With a pen in my hand, I freeze, seeing my new schedule. Half a day takes going through doctor rooms from top to bottom of ward A. Second half, talk with other patients, keep yourself in shape, and that finishes with a romantic psychological high-class examination by Dr. Toma herself, which I naively believe was last time. I've been wondering, is Toma a doctor, but then she started working as a cop? Or is something like she's a cop that also takes care of patients? That sounds like the worst job ever. Pardon me, a question. What's with all the service in this clinic? Am I not the one to be served, being a patient? You see, the thing is, even though you are mentally injured, you are still a healthy man, right? That's why, as a part of rehabilitation into society, this way of curing is also effective. Well, live in one room with the clinic's patients, talk to them, walk with them, work till a seventh sweat, and rehabilitate on the way. It seems they don't care about my safety. Their top priority is immediate results, or it won't make sense for me to risk my life. Do I have the right to refuse in some particular cases? Well, actually, Dr. Toma asked to tell you, it's not voluntary. It's not a voluntary job. It's a system. This human is pitiful, so confused. By the way, most lethal cases in this clinic were not failed surgeries. They were not brought about by failed surgeries. They were brought by aggressions, explosions caused by awkward communications between patients. Gotcha. By the way, doctor, I want to just confirm. This service is voluntary, right? Yes, in a sense, you maybe call it loyalty or yunshi. Got it. I have no clue what yunshi is. Looks like it will take a long time before discharge. I mean, I can get out alive because of Mato-san's beliefs. Getting out dead. Sure, possibly tomorrow, 50-50 chance, meaning abandon all hope. After meditating a bit, I left the chamber and met Mato-san, waiting for me. She had no white coat, leaving now, I guess. Shosai, let me tell you from the start, nothing's voluntary. Leaking private conversations, okay, got it, it's force. Yup, while you have a role, I'll treat you as a human. Well, it's okay not to get to embark in your job. You are such a numbskull. You'll go dancing on a minefield. Well, see ya. Until next week, Evil Tomato bids me goodbye. And so I note down, careful, next week brings despair. Nevertheless, I still got freedom to walk around the building. So first thing first, I went to Dr. Doolittle's confessional. Dr. Doolittle, also called Dr. Kinui, is always siding with patients that are bothered by anything. There's nothing to be so desperate about. I think you should instead build up hope. In your case, Arika-kun, your sister was sent to RD, so the clinic can just discharge you by saying, no problem, even if you are latent. And that decision was made in half a year, only because Dr. Toma gave it all her effort. Well, yeah, quoting Mato-san, good for you, even if you are pressured till half dead, you'll forget everything at night, so it's alright. So I guess she happily put her efforts on all sides. Medical expert Toma Mato, nicknamed Mato-san. When my possessed sister started raging about, she got her tied up before everyone around could suffer. Saved my life. Later I found out she's a medical expert, police inspector, public safety elite, ordered to inspect a syndrome carrier. Hardworking woman, often shows up in a clinic and inspects patients. Sometimes drags in new ones. Ah yeah, Arika-kun, your memory doesn't hold daily events through night, right? Can you please tell me at what hour do they disappear? At morning, and surprisingly it depends on my mood. Well, at average, I lose my memories from half till 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And if I don't watch the time, I forget everything when sun sets. And the opposite, I can remember events from evening till morning. It's important to know that so I can live with it somehow. Writing down important stuff that happens during the day, read the notes at night, and that's it. But since I'm just writing down the text, every image depending information is a bit inaccurate. With a mess from one side, your frustrations are erased. You can live with no problem, so that's why Toma doesn't want to let you out. Toma, you want to heal Arika-kun's injured memory, right? Not really, I'm just tired with all that torturing. I won't believe that, Arika-kun. Do you think she's tired with torturing? A warning smile, so I got to know the unpleasant truth. Gotcha, I was stupid. By the way, Doc, if I get free time tomorrow, is there anything for me to do? Read a book? No, reading's not for you. Meaningless to read during the day, you'll forget it anyway. You're going to read it at night. Yeah, but somehow that's a great fortune. Then maybe you'll paint during the day, everything will be left on the canvas. Then resume painting, shouldn't be so hard. Okay, so we are going to see the stuff at the clinic from Arika's perspective now then. Well, that's right too. Is it fun to paint? The more serious you are about it, the more of a headache it becomes. Arika-kun, didn't you draw anything as a kid? Doolittle brings dusty painting utensils. Oh yeah, I remember drawing some squiggles some time ago. Not forgetting prize nor to show it to anyone. I was just playing with a paintbrush. Can you avoid unpleasant recollections if you don't have any goal to begin with? In the waiting room of Ward B is an atelier chessboard. An atelier chessboard, the only fine place in the clinic with a view to an inner garden. And so I was moving my paintbrush here and there when an interesting person talked to me. Sorry, you don't mind if I stick around? The person introduced to me as Hisaori Shinja sat on the floor and kept looking at me with a nitpicking glare, like a creature that met a human for the first time in its life, keeping watch of my every movement with shimmering eyes. Full of hellish miasmas, that person didn't seem to have any evil intentions. They started talking in a relaxed manner. Is it possible to be so agile at handling everything with one hand? I don't have the other one, so I'm doing my best. I giggled, and so did Hisaori. Hisaori appeared to be quite a normal person, talking to me about stuff with no particular topic, and so became my friend. I remember clearly how Hisaori liked my hands. I don't have the left one, so I only have a right one left. Hisaori keep on watching it, probably because Hi there, Shizue-san. Shogi today? Half a year passed and it's now the beginning of the summer of 2003. The getting in a boring mess in a clinic had my discharge delay until summer, and now an unfamiliar patient appears before me. Are you alright? It's me, Hisaori. Hisaori? Right, according to my notes, this person before me looks like Hisaori Shinja, whom I only meet during the day, so I have no image recollection of. I believe it's the case because I textually noted all his body features, hair length, height, build, and gender. My recognition was delayed because the Hisaori in front of me has changed drastically, getting a new feature. What's with you? Did you fall? That's after surgery. Everything was bad there from long ago, so I just told them to amputate it. Single-handed patient, just like me. From this day on, Hisaori doesn't have a right hand. We talked for a while. Music sounds. Personal time is over. Hisaori says goodbye and leaves. Oh, hi, Arika-kun. That moment, Dr. Dolittle greets me, passing by at the same time. A great guy. Answers anything you ask him. Hey, Doc, is Hisaori already getting discharged? Yeah, just like you, Arika-kun. Hisaori is so on good accounting, so discharge is half a year early. Well, we had to discharge someone this month. You behave, we will have discharged you by now. Yeah, Mato-san was raging about it. And it looks like I'm going into isolation tomorrow again. But tell me, what are Hisaori-san's symptoms? Even though Hisaori is from Ward C, I didn't notice anything out of the ordinary. Hisaori-san's modification is quite rare. Appearances change, but at the same time, you can see the symptoms. Get what I mean? I raise my hands. Not at all. You can see it, but I can see it? What's with that weird little puzzle? Actually, to be honest, I wasn't interested in Hisaori's symptoms. Face expressions. Inside Hisaori-san's face, nerve cells, muscles, fibers can become something completely different. Hisaori-san can, on its own will, change face expressions to match some image. What? But that's usual. If you get angry, your face gets angry. Yeah, you don't really smile when angry, but Hisaori-san is something different. Hisaori-san makes sad faces when angry, can copy your manner to look lifeless as well. What a weird modification. Why are you bothering with a cure anyway? Can't you just discharge his Aori right away? There's nothing dangerous about it. Well, that depends. To a one living being, that power is not much, but that's quite a talent in a society, right? Don't you think? Even though it's hard to find an analogy. I guess what we are talking about is how fake smiles that don't look fake is scary stuff. Maybe the little ones met some wedding swindlers? Well, let's leave the modification aside. What made Hisaori possess? I'm asking the main question right away. This is what interests me, and however normal Hisaori can look if one is here, one was definitely broken once. It's a relation of an unusual degree. Hisaoris can have a goal in life, lost the power to objectively judge oneself. That will be more accurate, can't even walk out without copying anyone. Is that even the right place to cure that? Shouldn't Hisaori be sent to a psychiatric clinic for our purgatory? No. The problem, of course, is there. But that doesn't mean Hisaori becomes the copied human. In the end, Hisaori Makina just takes someone else's life into account, so everything works out well. And then Arika-kun in that facility you mentioned is her younger brother, Hisaori Shinja. Okay, so I'm guessing her sister is just imitating him. And that's who we've been seeing all this time? Well, we are about an hour now, so we will leave it here for now. Thank you very much for watching more DDD here in Crimson Moon. Have a good day and take care.